is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're focusing on the top 5 women contenders for the US Olympic Marathon Trials. My name is Brendan, and on this channel we talk all things endurance sports. Whether that be marathon training, triathlon training, and anything in between, you will find it here on the channel each and every day. So if that's something you're interested in, consider hitting that subscribe button, because like I said, we're coming back each and every day. So if you're not familiar with how I do these videos, I pretty much go to the list of women qualifiers, find the top 5 women based on their qualifying marathon time, and we talk about them. There have been a few women that dropped out that would have been included in this list, so what I did was just jump to the person that qualified behind them. Sally Kipyego is our 5th fastest woman on this list. She is a 34-year-old lady from Kenya. Very similar to Leonard Corer, where you were born in Kenya and then came over to the United States for school and then decided to compete for the US track and field team at the Olympic level. She qualified at the Berlin Marathon in a time of 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 10 seconds. That is quite fast. Now, bear in mind, the Berlin Marathon is quite flat in comparison to this Atlanta, Georgia course. So I hope that her legs can handle the vertical gain, because she is gonna have to deal with some. Helen Taylor is the 4th fastest woman on this list. She is 33 years of age, born in Sussex, Wisconsin. She qualified at the Grandma's Marathon, and I can guarantee you that it's not any Grandma's Marathon. It's intense. It's very intense. Her finishing time was 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 29 seconds. That is intense. Now, the Grandma's Marathon has an elevation gain of roughly 144 meters. I could only find Strava data, and if you know Strava, you know that the elevation profile gain on these workouts is bogus. I don't know why they can't get it right. I'm not sure if it's the Garmin integration or what, but I'm skeptical at best that it's 144 meters, so we'll have to see. Emily Sisson comes in as the 3rd fastest woman at the age of 28, born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. She qualified at the London Marathon in a time of, get this, 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 8 seconds. Now, the London Marathon is apparently extremely hilly. All the information I could find online was like 1,500 feet of climb and an additional 1,600 feet of descent. I'm not quite sure if that's realistic, but that's all I could find online, and it matched in a couple of different places, so that must be it. Sarah Hall is the 2nd fastest lady coming into the Olympic Marathon Trials. She is 36 years old, from Santa Rosa, California. She qualified at the Berlin Marathon in a time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 16 seconds. Now, the Berlin Marathon is flat like we discussed with Sally, so we'll have to see if she can deal with that vertical. I'm sure she can. She seems pretty strong to the number 1 slot. This theoretically should be the favorite, right? Right. Now, our number 1 fastest woman coming into the Olympic Marathon Trials is Jordan Hasay. She is 28 years old, from Fontana, California. California knows how to party. Okay, I'll spare you that. She qualified at the Chicago Marathon in a time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 57 seconds. Bravo. That's absolutely nuts. Now, the Chicago Marathon is relatively flat as well, with only just over 200 feet of climb and an additional 200 feet of descent, so she'll have to deal with the climbing and all that stuff. It'll be interesting to see if her speed can maintain over these long, hilly, undulating hills, really, of the Atlanta, Georgia course. Let's get into the fun part of the video. This is what we all want to know about. This is what shoes they will be wearing for the Atlanta, Georgia Marathon Trials. Okay, Jordan Hasay is a Nike athlete, so we can pretty much guarantee she'll be wearing the Nike Alphaflys. I looked at a video of her on Instagram and she was wearing them, so you can only assume that they will be allowed to wear them in the Atlanta Marathon Trials. I have to make a correction from yesterday's video where I said that no prototypes or any shoes not commercially available will not be allowed to be worn in the Atlanta Marathon Trials, but they actually are. So I watched an interview with Jarrett Ward, and he will be wearing the Saucony Endorphin Pros. So I assume that if Saucony is allowed to have prototypes and not commercially available shoes, so is Nike. So we can pretty much guarantee Jordan will be wearing the Nike Alphaflys. Sarah Hall is an ASICS athlete. I'm not quite sure what's their high-end shoe because I don't follow ASICS too much, but we'll have to see. I'll report back the day after and talk about all of their shoes that they're wearing. That's gonna be the most fun part. Emily Sisson is a New Balance athlete. It's guaranteed she'll be wearing one of the Fuel Cell lineups. Nice and bouncy, cushiony, responsive. Maybe a little bit of a carbon plate in there as well. They have carbon plate shoes coming up on the market as well. Helen Taylor is a Hoka athlete, so we can pretty much expect that she'll be wearing the Hoka Carbon X or the Hoka Carbon Rocket. Or maybe she's not into those carbon fiber shoes and she'll be wearing something like the Rincon maybe. Who knows? We will have to see. Kipyego is also a Nike athlete, so we can pretty much assume she'll be wearing a Nike Alphafly. Okay, folks, that is it for today's coverage of the US Olympic Marathon Trials top 5 women contenders. Now, there very well could be someone that's not on this list that makes it in the top 3. We'll have to see, but all I wanted to do was lay out who were the top 5 women with the fastest marathon times leading into the Atlanta, Georgia Marathon Trials. That's it, because based on the data, they should be the top 5 women. If they can continue with their training and they're fully healthy, this should be our top 5 spread. Who knows? Sports don't work like that all the time. It really depends on their mental state on race day, their preparation leading up to it, their sleep. There's a bunch of different factors that can go into a great race, and I'm wishing all these ladies nothing but the best. We will be back tomorrow with our US Olympic Marathon Trial coverage, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. We will be back each and every day, so let's do this. Okay, folks, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you're out there seeking discomfort and keeping a smile on that face. See you.